Okay, so for authentication, let's go ahead and install PuTTY as the secure shell implementation on Windows. So let's just go to a website, and it's probably easiest to just Google PuTTY, and go ahead and do that. And by now, the first link you usually get from Google is indeed the link to the correct website. You may see down here that there is a domain called putty.org. This is not the original website for PuTTY. The developer for PuTTY lives in the United Kingdom, so make sure that you go to the United Kingdom website that actually is the default here. So click on the first link. That brings you here, and then you usually have directly the option to download the latest version of PuTTY by the link provided on the top of the page. So, and then as far as downloads go on Windows, by now also the all the packaged files are bundled into a MSI installer on Windows, and it's perfectly fine to use either the 32 or 64-bit version of PuTTY. I think by now it's probably a pretty safe choice to just go 64-bit all the way, so let's just download 64-bit version. Particularly on the bottom of the page, you see downloads for individual programs. This is specifically something that you should not do, as all these programs need corresponding registry entries to find each other, to work together, and that will be especially true ultimately for the what we'll later on call the key agent that will hold your decrypted key, private key in memory. So let's go ahead and download the 64-bit version of PuTTY and save this to downloads folder. And once it's downloaded, should to just execute the installer and net, and then just basically follow the default installation suggestions for PuTTY. So default location, of course, all the rest for the defaults, and that should go ahead and indeed install the box, and we should be good to go. And skip doing the watching or looking at the README file. You may want to do this, but ultimately we go finish here. And when you're done installing, then you should see a bunch of programs that have been installed. You see here under the recently added 3 programs in particular: PuTTYGen, which is to generate a key, Pageant, which is the key agent that I previously mentioned, and the actual proper PuTTY program is on there as well. Let's just actually go to the program menu down here, and we'll see that again here for PuTTY. You see a couple of more programs, and most notably, of course, the one you'll be using mostly down the road is the actual PuTTY, which will allow you to actually connect to a remote system. So that's it for installation. As you can see, fairly straightforward. And the next thing we're going to do is to create a public and private key pair.